I've now been here for almost 60 days now, and I'll be discharging soon. I've enjoyed the staff here. I've enjoyed everybody that works here. What led me here was I had major depression and anxiety, and it was making my house, like my life, unavailable. I wasn't able to do my life. I wasn't able to understand why I was having it, why I was having these thoughts of like suicide and depression and all these things that you shouldn't have on a daily basis. And they finally just were like, after years of working through it, we finally said, okay, you need to go to treatment. It got to the point where I had tried to commit suicide 3 or 4 times before I came here. And I was just done. I don't know what to do after that. And then I finally was like, oh, well, maybe let's look for a treatment center. And then my parents had found this one, so I came here. I feel like with Sovereign, it was a good choice because of how they run their program. I feel like there's a lot more acceptance here and a lot more availability to get things done that you need to get done here versus leaving to another treatment center. The treatment centers that I've heard of from other patients they go from either extremely strict to extremely lenient, and Sovereign's kind of in between. You have your phase work that you do, and it takes a couple of weeks to get it all done, and then you get privileges back. It's a long process, but what you put into it, you take from it. And if you work your butt off like I did and did everything that your case manager asks you, everything that your therapist asks you, or any of the other staff, if they give you anything, do it, because it's for your best benefit to do it and follow the professionals' leads. I was scared. I was really scared. I first got here at about 11 o'clock at night. When I first got here, I didn't want to do it. I was just calling people on my phone, trying to just leave. And after the first couple of days when I passed and we started programming, then you notice that there's more people like you than you actually think. And then you start opening up and accepting and all of these things. Because when I first was here, I was not open. I was very shy, I was very quiet, and now I'm doing a testimonial for Sovereign themselves. So this is taking a lot of courage to do this. It's been an interesting ride, and I'm looking forward to finishing it up with them. And I have made friends here that I'll try to stick around for as long as I can. Even though I'm going home, I'll make sure I have contact with them even when I do leave. Being an LGBT in Sovereign is actually extremely accepted. You have 2 groups that you do that are on Wednesdays and Thursdays. One's in the afternoon, so your eval RTC can be there, and then there's one in the morning that your PHP IOP can be there. And then you get to see people that are like you that are in treatment. Because when I first came here, I was like, there's not going to be anybody in LGBT, even though it's California. Even though it's California, I thought nobody was going to be LGBT. I was going to be the only one. I felt like I was going to go back to high school where I had to hide it. And then I had a few friends that were like, oh, hey, there's an LGBT group, let's, go to it. So I was like, okay. So I started in it, and then I've been going since I've been here. It's a great group. It's a closed group, so anything happens in there stays in there. It's a lot of fun, though, to go to those groups. There's several other groups that I like. I've learned a lot about codependency. I've learned a lot about coping skills that I didn't have before here. I did have coping skills, but my coping skills were negative. I was a gaming addict. I constantly gamed for 72 hours plus on average. I would sleep maybe 3 hours a day, and then I'd be back up in gaming. And this was during being in college. And when I failed out my freshman year in college, it was kind of the breaking point for me to come to Sovereign. I love my therapist. I love him to death. He is great. The case managers work with you. The groups, there's so many groups. There's life skills. There's life review. There's process groups, so you can just process whatever you're going through. They're like, everybody here that works here wants to be here. Like, they're here for you. If you have any questions, go talk to them. They're there. You just have to find them, and they're there. If you ask around, ask any employee, they can get you whoever you need as soon as they can. I mean, it's a great program, and I would recommend it to other people, me personally, because the houses are nice. They have a restaurant where you eat and have lunch and dinner. They serve all different kinds of foods. They have a salad bar. They serve from American food to Japanese food to Chinese food, pretty much any type of food. There's days that they have sandwiches. There's days that they have lasagna and Italian food, and there's days that you just may want a salad, and it's there. The staff that works there is great. I love all the staff that works there. They are like amazing, and they cook it there. Like, I am so surprised that they do that every day for 2 meals a day for a lot of patients. It's a very interesting process to go through that. And you get to be able to talk to people that you wouldn't normally get to talk to. Like, with how the houses are split, they have female and male houses, of course. And they are, a lot of the time you don't have females in your male groups and vice versa. And so you would be able to talk to your female friends that are at dinner or at lunch, and you can just catch them whenever you're around and you can see them. So you're not just like, oh, well, I don't know where they are. They're there. You just look around and you find them. I became a lot more social when I first got here. I met several people that kind of just opened my eyes to how everything is, and I have a lot of friends that will be lifetime friends no matter what happens. I'll try to keep in contact with them. It's a very moving and emotional ride, but it's possible if you do it, if you keep at it. What I'm going to take most away from my experience is the friends and the information that I got from all the groups. I love being in groups. I love going to 12-step meetings. There's just so much you can do that you can take away from here, because there's people that come in here every day that don't know what they're doing. They just know they need help. So they come in and get the help they need. And then, like, at first I didn't want to be here, and then I said, fine, I'll work through it, see what happens. Turns out now, I was like, oh, at first I'm like, I'm just going to stay for 30 days. Next time I'm going to be like, I'm staying for 60 days. And then I said, oh, 90. And then finally I was like, oh, I'll go to the outpatient program. And then I changed my mind about 12 different times since I've been here. And now I'm going to be discharging in a couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to taking the friends that I've met here and keeping them where if I need somebody that is clean and sober, talk to them. And I've learned to put boundaries on things that I never had boundaries on before. What I would tell others about Sovereign Health is they are extremely helpful if you really, really need treatment or you just need some type of help. They have dual diagnosis and they have mental health. If you're here for substance abuse and mental health, it works. Like here, I'm here for depression and anxiety, but in the past I have had times of substance abuse. It kind of just intertwines together. And if you're looking for a place to go, I would look into them. And I would recommend them to anybody watching this, of course. because they pretty much saved me from killing myself multiple times. It's an up and down fight, but when you get at the end of it, you feel a lot better, because you would have never thought when I first got here that I was going to be sitting in front of a camera and talking like I am now. When I first got here, I was the most quiet person. I was extremely shy. One thing that I did showing that I was ready to let go of my old self was like dye my hair. I dyed my hair, and I went from like blue and then green and then all these other colors. Like, it was just an interesting move between colors, and it just kind of showed everybody that I had changed a lot since I was here at first. And I know that you'll hear bad things about it, but me personally, I've gotten what I need out of it, and I would recommend it to anybody. Just don't listen to the negative comments, because you're hearing from people that are here. If you're watching the testimonials, you're hearing people that have been in treatment with them, and they've saved multiple people's lives. For me, being successful, it was doing anything and everything that your case managers and therapists ask you. If they ask you to do the chapters and steps and things for 12 steps, do them. If they're asking you to read in front of groups and do things that is out of your comfort zone, do them, because they're going to help you. They're there to put you out of your comfort zone, and they're there to make sure that it is a safe place for you to work outside of your comfort zone. Because like I said before, I'm out of my comfort zone doing this right now, and I'm able to do it because I've learned how to breathe well. I've learned how to cope with things that I'm not used to, and it makes it a lot easier, and I would recommend it to anybody and everybody.